Well, tonight at 5 o'clock, with about a quarter of adults vaccinated, Governor Ducey is rolling back Arizona's restrictions and COVID mitigation efforts.
He signed a new executive order today giving Arizona businesses the green light to reopen without restrictions. As for big gatherings with more than 50 people, those no longer need any government approval as long as they follow COVID guidelines. That includes youth sports.
There are no more local mask mandates. Arizona was never under a statewide order, but local governments put mask orders in place covering about 90% of the state. The governor's order today scraps those, but you will still have to wear a mask in a lot of stores because businesses can still enforce their own rules.
So the big change, any existing requirements for businesses when it comes to masks or social distancing, it's all now recommendation, not requirements. Even bars and gyms are cleared to reopen full capacity. There's a lot to unpack here. We have team coverage to break it down for you. Max Gordon's taking a look at how this will impact local businesses.
We're going to start with our political editor, Dennis Welch. Dennis, where did this come from? Were groups pushing for the governor to make this move, or is he just following what the governors of other states like Texas and Florida have done?
Well, Jared, I can start off by telling you that this announcement was a complete surprise to a lot of people. We didn't have any notion, any rumors of this happening here today. Now, as far as pressure on the governor, you don't have to look very far. Right here at the legislature, his own Republican Party is trying to limit his authority to require these mitigation measures because they were furious at him for imposing some of these on businesses and allowing local governments to put them on people out in public. Now, as far as why he's doing this right now, his official word is that he's looking at the vaccinations. There have been 3 million administered here throughout the state, and he's looking at those infection rates as well as those hospitalization rates. Both of those have dropped significantly, so that is why he's doing this right now. But predictably, there are people who are questioning the timing.
The governor's decision is premature.
Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego says the governor is sending the wrong message to the public.
But I think of the advice that Dr. Anthony Fauci gave the country. He said, don't spike the football on the 5-yard line. We are too soon to remove these health precautions. We know they work.
But with COVID cases and hospitalization rates dropping and vaccinations exceeding 3 million, the governor is trying to steer the state back to normal. Bars and restaurants are now able to return to normal, and gatherings of more than 50 people no longer need the government's approval. Masks will be recommended, not required, in most public spaces. Republican lawmakers in the legislature who are still trying to limit the governor's power during a public health emergency praised his actions today. House Speaker Rusty Bowers tweeted this: "The governor has made the right and responsible decision to continue moving Arizona forward and ensure that our economy and our people will again thrive."
I don't think that we're going to see a big fourth wave. I don't think that we're going to see another hospital crisis, but I do think it will take longer to get to herd immunity now.
Former state health director Will Humble says the governor should have waited another month to start rolling back these orders. But he doesn't see any additional risk right now because many of the local mask mandates and other business restrictions haven't been enforced from the beginning.
I don't see today's decision to rescind these executive orders as being catastrophic like the decision not to do anything before Thanksgiving was.
I think it's important to also note right now that local governments are still allowed to impose mask mandates and other mitigation requirements if they so choose. And I can report tonight that Phoenix and Mesa, two of the largest cities here in Arizona, say they will continue to keep their mask mandates in place. This also includes their airports as well as public transportation. So you're going to that airport, if you're going to be on public transportation here in Phoenix or in Mesa, you still have to mask up. I can also report too that at least down here at the legislature, the Republican-controlled House, the Republican-controlled Senate will be reviewing their mask mandates that are currently in place, and they'll be doing that over the weekend. I'll send it back into you.